Well, our celebrity mountain lion, we've talked about him a few times on this podcast, P-22, was tranquilized and captured, I think, this morning.
Yep.
It was either this morning or last night.
Last night, I think. But yeah, I read about it. Very, very interesting. There's a lot of kind of controversy around it. People don't know if they're going to... So they think there might be something wrong with him. He's 13.
Right, exactly.
So they're wondering, people are wondering if they're going to euthanize him, and there's a big uproar about it.
Because
or if they're going to like rehome
Sorry,
him.
I know I'm distracted, and I will give up on this shortly. But he's out eating chihuahuas.
There's the picture of him sedated there. So he was captured in the backyard of a family's home in Los Feliz, which is like a pretty densely populated area adjacent to Griffith Park, where he lives. That's a big wilderness area. So he came down, he killed a couple dogs, and he is aging. 13, I think, is pretty far up there, right, for a mountain lion forest?
Yeah, it is. That's getting older.
He's a single male, very lonely, very lonely. I don't think he's ever made it.
Famous, though. He's got a lot of fame. The paparazzi follows him around.
So typically in the wild, they'll only live about 10 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so he's up there in his age range. He's elderly. So I think the controversy is that they want to see if he's got injuries, if something's wrong with him, and then there is a chance he could be euthanized if they deem that he's injured enough that he might start attacking people or whatever. Could be it.
It's dumb. It's a dumb thing to do.
I agree.
They always do this, and I'm using the collective they, not knowing who they really are, but they always do this like. P-22, it's your local cat. It's your celebrity. Everybody knows him. Everybody loves him. And then they like look for a reason to euthanize him. It's like, just let him live out his days. It's a dumb political move. Whether or not the cat actually is a nuisance, you've got him asleep and you've got a collar on him. Move him out into the woods or something. Let him die of natural causes. Don't make an animal a spectacle and then euthanize it and make it a martyr. Because all that does is fuel like the crazy animal people who don't understand like what captivity is good for conservation and why it's okay to have it's just dumb, and it happens time and time again, and it's just a bad look through and through.
If you want to see like exactly what Forrest is talking about, look this story up on Reddit and just read the comments. Like that's where you get this totally bipolar viewpoint of some people who are for it and some people who are against. And I read a specific comment that was just like, fuck zoos. Like, this is fucking bullshit. Dumb. Just like kind of going insane. And it was just like, yeah, but we don't know if he's going to a zoo, if they're going to euthanize him. And this guy is all up in arms about it already.
It's so dumb.
Right. Well, and so part of the backstory for those who are new-ish is that he got to where he's the only mountain lion in this area. And to get there, he had to cross two freeways that are each 8 lane, right? So he came down out of the Santa Monica Mountains. He crossed the 405 and the 101 to get into Griffith Park. And so that's been the whole thing since they identified him many years ago, at least a decade ago. Like, there's pretty much no chance he'll ever mate, because of the fact that he's just so isolated in this area where there's no other mountain lion.
Right.
So it would be a shame
put him back?
to end this way. Yeah, take him back over to Santa Monica.
Well, like they should have done that a long time ago. No, I don't understand why if he's causing problems. I mean, it's because he's a celebrity.
Correct. Yeah, and that's what I mean. They build it up. They make it a thing. They make him living around you a thing, a known thing, and then they're like, "Oh, this is a problem," and you're like, "Well, yeah, no shit. Like, why are we now making it a problem, making people upset about it? It's dumb. Pisses me off."
The woman who's... sorry, go ahead, Peter.
There's also two new mountain lion cubs were born, like P-128 and 129 or something. So
yeah, I think that's up in the Santa Monica Mountains. So the woman was home who lives in this house. Her name's Sarah Peachy.
Okay.
And she was on a work meeting, and she got buzzed at her front door, and she's like half paying attention because she's in a work meeting, and she's like, she heard them say something about wildlife, and she assumed it was like a charity, like canvassing for donations. She's like, no, this isn't a good time.
Yeah.
And the guy said, no, you have a lion in your backyard. And she's like, oh, and then she knew what was going on because she's tracked the story.
That's very funny.
But yeah, the collar that P-22 is wearing pinged to wildlife, and they're like, "Ah, fuck, he's in someone's backyard."
Yeah, that's not a good situation.
Wild time.